it's gonna be painful. You know what I mean? Dak's my guy. He was always like a good mentor for me. But you know what it is. I always told him if I ever faced him that it'll be a great matchup. So I'm excited to see what Sunday brings. So
Jerry, do you feel any extra competitive drive to win this week with Micah Parsons coming back?
Yes, yes, I do. I've said this time and time again. I think the world of Mike as an individual, and of course know him well. But and I might say I wish him well, except it's obvious I don't this weekend in terms of Green Bay winning the ball game.
And just like that, the drama writes itself. Micah Parsons, the generational pass rusher, the heartbeat of what used to be the Dallas Cowboys defense, is walking back into AT&T Stadium not as a Cowboy, but as a Green Bay Packer. He's staring across the line of scrimmage at Dak Prescott, a man he once called his mentor. And Jerry Jones, the billionaire showman, the face of America's team, admits he loves Micah, but not this week. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not sugarcoat this. This isn't just a football game. This is betrayal. This is regret. This is Jerry Jones watching the one player he refused to pay walk right back into his house ready to burn it down. And then here comes Mad Dog Russo, waving the cold water, telling everybody to calm down. Take it easy, he shouts. It's the third week of the season. Micah just left. This isn't Broadway Joe coming back to the Jets. This isn't Charles Haley switching sides in the 90s. This ain't history, it's hype. But you know who wasn't having it? Marcus Spears. Swagu. The man who wore that Cowboys star on his helmet. And Stephen A. Smith, the maestro of controversy, right there to back him up. Because they saw through the noise. They saw what's really at stake. Jerry Jones gambled with the future of his defense, and Micah Parsons is about to collect on the debt. Question for you watching right now. Do you honestly believe Cowboys fans are going to sit there Sunday night and not feel that pain every time Micah lays a hand on Dak Prescott? Let's make something clear. Dallas doesn't just miss Micah Parsons. They're broken without him. Marcus Spears said it plain. This would not look like this for Dallas if Micah was still there. 4 sacks in 3 games. Dead last in pressure. No ability to stop the run. Jerry Jones once stood on stage and claimed the Cowboys needed to fix the run defense. Well, guess what? They're still getting gashed, and the one man who could change that is suiting up in green and yellow. And Stephen A.? He turned the knife even further. He said, an annihilation is coming. Not just a loss. Not just a tough night. A humiliation. CeeDee Lamb is banged up, Dak is running out of weapons, and now the one defensive superstar they had is gone. Gone because Jerry Jones decided to sign other players instead. Gone because Dallas thought they could survive without a generational pass rusher. Jerry Jones thought he was playing chess, but it looks like he gave away his queen before the game even started. And this is why Mad Dog's "it's not a big deal" speech just doesn't land. He's ranting about baseball playoffs, about Aaron Jones running wild 2 years ago, about not caring what happens in week 4. But deep down, even he knows the cameras will be rolling when Micah breaks free, when Jerry's face is plastered on the big screen, and when the boos rain down in Dallas' own house. Be honest. If Micah gets 3 sacks on Dak Sunday night, will Cowboys Nation ever forgive Jerry Jones? Or is this the game that cements him as the villain in his own franchise's story? And let's not forget the emotion from Micah himself. He said it straight. It's going to be painful. Dak's my guy. He was my mentor. That's not a villain talking. That's a warrior acknowledging he has to fight someone he loves. That's what makes this revenge game so dangerous. Micah isn't angry. He's focused. He's motivated. And there's nothing scarier than a generational talent with something to prove. Jerry Jones said he wishes him well, except this weekend. Except this weekend? That's all the fire Micah needs. He knows Jerry's sweet, he knows where the cameras will be, and Stephen already painted the picture. Every sack, every hit, every pressure. Micah is going to look up, point toward Jerry, and remind the Cowboys owner exactly what he let walk out the door. When the lights shine brightest, Micah Parsons doesn't just show up, he shows Jerry what regret looks like. Now, here's where the debate gets spicy. Mad Dog tried to flip the script. He brought up Green Bay's playoff win in Dallas, saying Micah had no impact back then. He argued Parsons didn't change that outcome, so why should this one be any different? But Marcus Spears shut that down instantly. He wasn't talking about history. He was talking about now. About the Cowboys letting go of a franchise changer in his prime. About Jerry Jones choosing contracts for role players instead of the one star who could carry this defense. Spears said it straight, what a joke. He called Jerry's logic out loud. And let's be real, when Jerry said the Cowboys had to build around stopping the run, how's that working now? 4 sacks in 3 games. Gashed by every opponent. Dak running for his life. Swagu hit the nail on the head. You don't just lose a player like Micah Parsons and act like nothing happened. You lose your identity. And now you face the consequences.
What we're talking about right now is you trading away a guy that is arguably a generational defensive player in the league, in today's NFL. And he's coming home to play against you, where all the things you gambled with letting him walk out of the building are not happening. Mad Dog, what if Micah Parsons had 3.5 sacks? What you think the conversation gonna be?
He's got to do that first.
Because we're not talking about Dallas going to the playoffs. Like, those conversations have sailed. That ship has sailed based on what we watched. There are going to be 60,000 plus fans in that stadium watching Micah Parsons destroy the Cowboys, and you say it ain't important?
I got to see that first.
One question for you, though.
Well, that means you'll be watching.
You'll be watching.
Entertainment purposes.
Maybe.
Entertainment.
I want to read about
Stephen
the
A.
Titanic.
Stephen A. Peter, I don't know. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't catch this.
All right.
In my mind just now, I walked him right into it. He had no idea I was walking him right into it.
That's right.
When I said he was going to have 3.5 sacks, what you said?
I got to see it first.
That's right.
And what did he say?
He said you're watching.
So it's an important man, dog.
Is it important?
And this was the checkmate moment. Spears walked Mad Dog into a trap. He asked him, what if Micah has 3.5 sacks Sunday night? And Mad Dog, without thinking, said, well, then we'll be talking about it. Exactly. That's the point. You can't dismiss this game. You can't act like Micah's return doesn't matter. Because if he dominates, and all signs say he will, the Cowboys season is over before it even begins. Do you think Jerry Jones regrets this already, or will it take Sunday night, in front of 60,000 fans, for reality to finally hit him? Sunday Night Football isn't just Cowboys versus Packers. It's Jerry Jones versus the ghost of his own mistakes. And Micah Parsons is the reminder he can't escape. Here's where the debate hit fever pitch. Stephen A. Smith, Marcus Spears, and Mad Dog Russo weren't just arguing football. They were arguing pride. They were arguing legacy. And they were arguing about what happens when a billionaire's ego gets in the way of his football team's future. Marcus Spears wasn't pulling punches. He said it flat out, Dallas would not look this bad if Micah Parsons was still there. And he's right. We're talking about a defense that ranks near the bottom of the league. A defense that hasn't been able to rush the passer. A defense that looks lifeless, soft, and broken. And this is where Jerry Jones' words from just a month ago come back to haunt him. He said the Cowboys needed to stop the run. He said they had to adjust. He said Micah wasn't the only answer. And now, 4 sacks in 3 games. Almost dead last in quarterback pressure. Teams are running right through them. Jerry's gamble is exposed, and Micah Parsons is the one cashing the chips. Cowboys fans, let's be real here. Was this the single biggest mistake of Jerry Jones' ownership? Bigger than Jimmy Johnson? Bigger than the Tony Romo saga? Let me know in the comments. But let's talk about the human side. This isn't just football. This is Micah Parsons walking into a stadium he once called home. This is him facing Dak Prescott, a guy he literally called his mentor. This is Jerry Jones watching from his luxury suite, smiling for the cameras, while deep down knowing he's about to get embarrassed on national television. And Stephen nailed the drama. He said, Micah is going to be hunting. He's going to be pointing at Jerry's suite every time he makes a play. Can you picture that? The camera zooms in on Jerry's face, the scoreboard replay shows Micah's sack, and the crowd's roar turns into a mix of cheers and boos. That's not just football. That's theater. That's cinema. That's what Sunday night is about. Sometimes, the most brutal revenge isn't loud. It's just pointing to the man who made the wrong choice and making him watch. Mad Dog, though, he just wouldn't let go. He tried everything. He brought up the Packers' playoff win 2 years ago. He said Micah didn't change that outcome. He said Aaron Jones ran wild and Dallas still collapsed. But Spears shut it down instantly. He wasn't talking about 2022. He was talking about 2024. He was talking about a Cowboys defense that is now the laughingstock of the league. Swagu's words were simple: you traded away a generational guy. And now he's about to embarrass you. And then came the trap. Spears baited Russo into admitting the truth. He asked, "What if Micah has 3.5 sacks Sunday night?" Mad Dog tried to wiggle out. He tried to push it off. But finally, he cracked. "Well, then we'll be talking about it," he said. Exactly. That's the point. This game matters. It's not just week 4. It's the Cowboys' reckoning. That was the moment. The win. The knockout punch. Russo had no way out. Spears proved his case. Steven hammered it home. This isn't just another football game. This is a litmus test for Jerry Jones. A mirror held up to the Dallas Cowboys. And here's where it gets cinematic. Imagine 60,000 fans in that stadium. Imagine Micah Parsons lining up, the crowd booing, Dak Prescott adjusting at the line, and then boom, Micah rips through the left tackle, buries Dak, and stands over him pointing to the owner's box. That's not football. That's revenge. That's history. If you're Jerry Jones, do you even show your face Sunday night? Or do you hide in the shadows, knowing every camera is waiting for your reaction? Sunday night won't be about the scoreboard. It'll be about the scoreboard on Jerry's face. Every sack, every pressure, every mistake, America will see the regret in real time. And you know what? Russo knows he'll be watching. He tried to play it off. He said he'd rather watch baseball. He said he'd rather ignore it. But Steven, he called him out. He lying through his teeth, Steven, it barked. Doggy gonna be glued to that TV. And he's right. We all will. Because here's the truth. Micah Parsons' return is must-see TV. It's not about standings. It's not about playoff seeding. It's about pride. It's about regret. It's about one of the biggest mistakes in Cowboys history blowing up in Jerry's face on the biggest stage in football. This isn't Cowboys versus Packers. This is Jerry Jones versus his own reflection. And the mirror is wearing number 11. So let's end it with this. Sunday night, the cameras will be rolling. The lights will be bright. And when Micah Parsons takes that field, the entire football world will be watching. Not because it's week 4. Not because of standings. But because we're about to witness what happens when ego meets reality. Marcus Spears said it best. Generational talent. Franchise changer. You let him go. And now he's coming back to bury you. Steven said it too. Annihilation is coming. And Jerry Jones? He said he loves Micah Parsons. He wishes him well, except this weekend. Well, Jerry, this weekend is here. And Micah Parsons is coming. Do you believe Micah Parsons is about to put on the performance of his career Sunday night? Or do you think Jerry Jones somehow gets the last laugh? Drop your answers in the comments, because this is the kind of game people talk about for decades. This isn't just another week in the NFL. This is a Shakespearean drama playing out under stadium lights. The hero turned villain. The mentor turned rival. The billionaire facing his own ghost. And when it's over, win or lose, one truth will stand tall. Jerry Jones bet against Micah Parsons, and Micah is ready to collect. And that's it for today's deep dive. If you're fired up about Sunday night and want more controversial breakdowns like this, make sure you like this video and subscribe to Gridiron Insights, the channel bringing you the real stories behind the NFL headlines. Don't miss it, we're just getting started.